I wanted to flex, they told me to chill. I'm making a flip, my life is a flick.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run. It's Dobbins. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
O'Daniel on the tackle.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. Dancing to his left. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
You got 3, three down. Say.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll run here with Dobbins. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now a carry for Dobbins. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
They'll run with Dobbins. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal. There's some good running there. Gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
The 2-yard line.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Stopped short.
Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Looking to cash in on this opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Third and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. They'll try to run with Dobbins. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
Brings up 4th and goal.
Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Justin Tucker for the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good.
Makes the score Ravens 7, Chiefs nothing.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman.
At their own 25-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Kansas City.
Tyreek Hill, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
At 7. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Dobbins. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
There's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And 2.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play.
They're going for it with Dobbins. And trying to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On play action, it's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Kansas City.
Tyreek Hill with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
So this, not a stat line that you'd expect to see. 2 touchdowns for him now in the ball game, both coming on the ground.
And while it may be unusual, it's obvious they found something that they like on offense and they can use against the defense. And I think they'll continue to go to it until they stop them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Lamar Jackson sacked.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's going deep for Brown. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time. And
he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they had scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
26-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Jackson now. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. They go play action now. Jackson rolling to his right. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. The Ravens on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taking about 7.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. On 2nd down, it's Bell, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14.
14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics, well...
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21.
The score, Chiefs 28, Ravens 21.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
14. First down, Chiefs.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack. And his third. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And the pressure gets to him again. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Working from the gun, Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
and a first down.
I know it's a little bit of a cliche to talk about all the tight ends who are really wide receivers in the NFL, but Travis Kelce fits that perfectly. He led all tight ends last season with over 1,200 yards receiving, 4th in the NFL. I think he's one of the gold standards in the league for the tight end position.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 65 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
That's true.
That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Caught, Kelce, left side. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
And that's a sight familiar to Ravens fans. Matthew Judon, a 2019 Pro Bowler. He led the Ravens with a career-high 9.5 sacks in 2019.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. He'll look to throw. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
It must be something about the night air, because he is putting on an absolute show under the light.
Yeah, we've established anything in his vicinity, he's grabbing it. Here's Mahomes to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Butker's kick here is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it.
Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. They'll roll him out right. He's going to look deep for Watkins. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
At the Ravens' 40-yard line.
To throw, it's Mahomes. He'll find Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it with Williams. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. The first running back drafted in April. This is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. It's a nice run there. Gets him down to the 6-yard line. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Mahomes going to throw. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. So they get pushed back to the 11. And here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That is caught by Williams for a Chiefs touchdown.
Complete to Damian Williams.
Damian Williams, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Well, we know he can run the ball. There he shows he has the ability to do a little bit more.
That's what you call a complete player. A guy who can run it, catch it, probably can protect the passer when necessary, but his skills are best used when you get the ball in his hands.
And that's the thing. When you've got an athlete like that, you want to get the ball to him in multiple ways, right?
Without a doubt, because he often creates mismatches about who can cover him, whether he's coming out of the backfield or even lining up like a receiver.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
Now he'll pull it down, and he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And 12 at the 44-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, quick slant to Brown. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
Barney, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 34. They go play action with Jackson. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 34 yards. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Well, yes, that's his 3rd touchdown catch, which is very impressive, but on the scoreboard, they're still struggling.
So safe to say that without him, my goodness, yikes, they are in major league trouble. He's doing his best to try and keep them in the game.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Is good. Makes the score Chiefs 45, Ravens 35.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
He's brought down at the
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them. trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Right.
The tackle credited to Deshaun Elliott, the safety.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Ravens' 25-yard line.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 yards there, first down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Edwards-Helaire. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on fourth down? He'll buy some time right. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Play action. Now Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but it'll be second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, but now it'll be third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. One last shot for Jackson. Flush to his right. That is caught at the 7. And the Ravens are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Ravens.
A big offensive explosion help leading